Hi, folks. David here again, and welcome to the first week of Post 3801, the Canadian Immigration Experience. What I want to do right now is have a little fun and take you through a sample Canadian citizenship test. Now, you know that every would-be immigrant who wants to become a Canadian citizen has to go through a whole immigration process. And at the end of it, you have to pass a citizenship test. These are questions taken from one of the most recent citizenship test banks of questions. So I'll take you through 20 questions. And to pass the test, an applicant has to successfully get 70%. So here, out of 20 questions here, a pass means you have gotten 14 or more questions correct, 14 out of 20. Now those of you who are coming from abroad looking to become Canadian citizens, I'm sure you're already familiar with the requirements of immigration and the nature of this test. For those of you who are native born Canadians, let's go through the test. That the media looks at this every once in a while and will ask typical native born Canadians questions from the citizenship test. And it's not surprising, many native born Canadians would fail this test. So here, what I want you to do is go and get a piece of paper and a pen. So even stop this video right now if you have to go and get a pad of paper and a pen or a pencil and just be prepared to put down your answer, like 1A or 2C. And then we'll go through all 20 questions and then I'll come back and I'll go through the answers. And then you'll score yourself, and then you don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to send this into me. Don't think you have to contact me. Just you score your test and see how you do. Again, a pass is 14 out of 20. See how well you do. And I promise you that most people fail. Most Canadians would fail this test because there's an awful lot of Canadian history and Canadian politics and government involved in these tests. And most Canadians don't know much about their own history and their own system of government. So but I promise you, one thing I commit through this course is that at the end of this course, we'll go through another one of these citizenship tests. And I promise you will do better. You will do better at the end than you do right now. And I hope many of you do very well right now. But I promise you that your score will improve having taken this course and having done other Canadian politics courses here at CBU. Okay, so let's go through the test. I will read out the questions and you will mark down your answer. And there are 20 questions to come now. So number one, which province was split into two at Confederation? A, Lower Canada, B, Newfoundland, C, Upper Canada, D, the province of Canada. Number two, what is the meaning of the Remembrance Day poppy? A, to remember our sovereign Queen Elizabeth II. B, to celebrate Confederation. C, to honor prime ministers who have died. And D, to remember the sacrifice of Canadians who have served or died in wars up to the present day. 3, What happened at the Battle of the Plains of Abraham? A. The voyageurs battled with the British for fur trading rights. B. Americans fought the United Empire Loyalists during the American Revolution. C. The British defeated the French, marking the end of France's empire in America. Or D. The French defeated the British in a battle for Quebec. 4. Where do most French Canadians live? A. Ontario. B. Nova Scotia. C. Quebec. D. Prince Edward Island. 5. In Canada's justice system, what does presumption of innocence mean? A. Everyone is guilty until proven innocent. B. Guilt is decided by public opinion. C. Innocence is decided by public opinion. D. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. 6. Which animal is an official symbol of Canada? A. The moose. B. The hawk. C. The beaver. D. The deer. 7. What is the capital city of Canada? A. Ottawa. B. Toronto. C. Montreal. D. Hull. 8. What is Canada's system of government called? A. Dictatorship. B. Parliamentary government. C. Military rule. D. Communism. 9. What are the territories of northern Canada and their capital cities? A. Alaska, Juneau, and Yukon Territory, Whitehorse. B. Northwest Territories, Yellowknife, and Alaska, Juneau. C. Northwest Territories, Yellowknife. Or D. Yukon Territory, Whitehorse, Northwest Territories, Yellowknife, and Nunavut, Iqaluit. Now, if at any time I'm going a bit too quickly, you could always stop the video and just scroll back to hear the questions. Some of these questions do get a bit involved. Okay, so that was question 9. 10. What country is Canada's largest trading partner? A. Mexico. B. The United States. C. China. And D. Japan. 11. What is the name of the Governor General? A. David Johnston, not me, but David Johnston. B. Elizabeth May. C. Dalton McGuinty. D. Julie Payette. 12. What is the government of all of Canada called? A. National Assembly. B. Legislature. C. Federal. D. Council. 13. What do you mark on a federal election ballot? A. The candidate's name. B. The number for the candidate. C. An X. D. The voter's name. 14. How was the government formed after a federal election? A. The party with the most elected representatives becomes the party in power. The Queen chooses the Prime Minister from this party. Or B. Ordinarily, the party with the most elected representatives becomes the party in power. The leader of this party becomes the prime minister. C, the governor general picks a party and a president to run the government. Or D, each province elects one representative to form the government. The Queen then chooses the prime minister. Again, if that was a lot, scroll back, stop this, scroll back and listen to all of that again. Number 15, name all the federal political parties in the House of Commons and their leaders. Is it A, Conservative O'Toole, NDP Singh, Liberal Trudeau, Bloc Québécois Ouellette, Green Party Paul? Or B, Conservative Harper, Green May, Liberal Trudeau, Bloc Québécois Duceppe? Or C, NDP Mulcair, Green May, Liberal Ray, Bloc Québécois Payet? Or D, Liberal Ignatieff, Conservative Ambrose, NDP Turmel, Green May? 16. Which party is the official opposition at the federal level? A, the New Democratic Party, B, the Liberal Party, C, the Independent Party, D, the Conservative Party? 17. Which three countries are signatories to NAFTA? A, Canada, the United Kingdom, and the United States. B, Canada, the United States, and Japan. C, Canada, Mexico, and the United States. D, Canada, Denmark, and Andorra. 18. What is a majority government? A, when the party in power holds about 1/3 of the seats in the House of Commons. B, when the party in power holds about 1/4 of the seats in the House of Commons. C, when the party in power holds at least half of the seats in the Senate. D, when the party in power holds at least half of the seats in the House of Commons. 19. Who is the leader of the federal official opposition party? A, Thomas Mulcair, B, Stéphane Dion, C, Erin O'Toole, D, Annamie Paul? And 20, last one. Which province has its own time zone? Again, that's which province has its own time zone? A, British Columbia, B, Newfoundland and Labrador, C, Nunavut, D, Nova Scotia. So those are the 20 questions. Now let's just go through the correct answers. 1, which province was split into two a confederation? Correct answer D, the province of Canada. 2, what is the meaning of the Remembrance Day poppy? Correct answer D, to remember the sacrifice of Canadians who have served and died or died in its wars up to the present day. 3, what happened at the Battle of the Plains of Abraham? Correct answer C, the British defeated the French, marking the end of France's empire in America. 4, where do most French-speaking Canadians live? Answer C, Quebec. 5, in Canada's justice system, what does presumption of innocence mean? Correct answer D, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. 6, which animal is an official symbol of Canada? Correct answer C, the beaver. 7. What is the capital city of Canada? Correct answer A, Ottawa. 8. What is Canada's system of government called? Correct answer B, parliamentary government. 9. What are the territories of northern Canada and their capital cities? The correct answer there was D, Yukon Territory, Whitehorse, Northwest Territories, Yellowknife, and Nunavut, Iqaluit. 10. What country is Canada's largest trading partner? Correct answer B, the United States. 11. What is the name of the Governor General? Correct answer D, Julie Payette. 12. What is the government of all of Canada called? The correct answer is C, federal. 13. What do you mark on a federal election ballot? Correct answer C, and X. 14. How was the government formed after a federal election? The correct answer there was B. Ordinarily, the party with the most elected representatives becomes the party in power. The leader of that party becomes the prime minister. 15. Name all of the federal political parties in the House of Commons and their leaders. The correct answer there is A. Conservative, O'Toole; NDP, Singh; Liberal, Trudeau; Bloc Québécois, Ouellette; Green Party, Paul. 16. Which party is the official opposition at the federal level? Correct answer D, the Conservative Party. 17. Which 3 countries are signatories to NAFTA? Correct answer C, Canada, Mexico, and the United States. 18. What is a majority government? Correct answer there is D, when the party in power holds at least half of the seats in the House of Commons. 19. Who was the leader of the federal official opposition party? Correct answer C, Erin O'Toole. And the last one, which province has its own time zone? Correct answer B, Newfoundland and Labrador. So, score yourself, see how you do. I hope most did very well. Some may have gotten perfect. But if you didn't get the pass, 14 out of 20, don't worry. You've got time. You've got time, you're learning. And I promise you, as you go through this course, you're learning, you'll be soaking up Canadian history, Canadian politics, Canadian government. And I guarantee you that you'll know more about Canada, Canadian history, Canadian politics by the end of this course than you know now. And that's for any of those of you who are Canadians. I promise you, you'll learn more about this country and its history and the history of immigration than most Canadians know themselves. Anyway, that's good, folks. And I will see you next week, week 2, where we'll take a look at Indigenous contributions to Canadian history and society, and also take a look at the French contribution. So I'll be coming your way again soon next week. You guys take care. Bye.